Hello, and welcome to the video. As you have read from the title, I'll be showing Osana files. Just literally Osana files from the project of Yandere Simulator. Let's begin wasting our time doing something worth zero value. First, I'll show what files we can find in the project that are related to the word Osana. There are many similar files. Some are even identical. The first interesting thing I find in the list is the casual wear model. It seems to be a mesh for the suicide scene, frozen in hanging position. Interestingly, it has no hair. I wonder if there was a condition at which we could have Osana with short hair commit suicide during her week. There are more meshes frozen in poses, actually, lots of them. Another interesting thing is that Osana wears a different uniform in the file called Expelled Osana. The files still have new and old textures for her hair. Here are the files for Osana's house. I'll take a closer look at these later. Here is a very peculiar object. Osana lamp. I don't know what it is for, and I haven't seen the texture for it. That's it for the project files. Let's load some of them into the 3D editor for a closer look. We are back at Modo. You may have noticed I usually don't specify what I work with, but for those of you curious and unaware and who don't understand what kind of blender I use, my tool of choice is Foundry's Modo. That being said, let's continue. As I have mentioned before, I'm going to take a closer look at Osana's house. Here is a general view. You can see it lacks some polygons, but that's how it came from the asset viewer. It's broken down into multiple different mesh containers. I don't know how old is this model or where it comes from, but the quality of it is at the very bottom. Looks like one of those early MMD scenes. Now, let's take a look at Osana and her hair. By the way, you may have noticed my models look brighter lately. They are usually dim and unsaturated. It's a trick I have completely forgotten about since I have changed my software. I'll show you. In order to make textures pop in the viewport without shadows, I have duplicated the diffuse channel and reassigned it as luminous or illumination color. Do not mistake it with intensity, as they sometimes come very similar in other software. Color channel assigns the color of light, intensity assigns the strength of light. As I have mentioned before, the project contains both old and new texture for Osana's hair. Here is the difference. One of my viewers had suggested that the model for the short version of Osana's hair is modeled out of the long version, or at least is somehow connected. Let's try to verify this. Just a quick look before I compare them. Now, let's turn both of them at the same time and see how similar are the meshes. By the way, with short hair comes a pair of earrings. Never noticed that before. As you can see, there are barely any significant similarities between these two models. They seem to be made both from scratch. Let's take a look at their unwraps. As expected, their unwraps have nothing in common too. That is all I have to show you in this video. I hope it satisfied your curiosity. Thank you for watching.